I think it's going now. I'm not 100% sure. These live streams are glitchy. Wow. Yo, what's up, guys? So we're here doing a first listen of BTS Wings album. We're up next is Lost. I think that's the 10th track in the album. Fairly confident. I'm gonna make someone a mod real quick in the chat. Sometimes I'll just make you guys mods. So that's just one of those things. When I see people constantly here that are very supportive and awesome, I'm like, you know, you deserve to be a mod. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get into this. We just watched the last, I think, 3. We're going in a row, you know, from the first track to the very last. So I'm excited to get into this. I know it's not the solos anymore. We finished the solos, right? Now we got three people that are involved with this track. And I know that because these lyric videos are pretty awesome. I know you guys have seen these lyric videos before where whichever member is singing, that's like the picture that pops up so you know who's singing. That's helpful for me because I'm pretty new to BTS in terms of knowing when people are singing. You know, I can identify them obviously, but that's easy. You know, I can't pick them out every time. So I'm still trying to learn all that kind of stuff. And the faster I learn is really dependent on like talking to you guys. Like I feel like the more I talk to you guys and the more that we have comments back and forth and like do live streams and stuff, that's how I learn the quickest on like learning more about a group in general. So I wanted to do these first listens with you guys to sort of get, you know, up to speed with some things that I might not even see and be able to interact with you guys and stuff like that. Anyway, without further ado, let's do it up. Let's get into BTS Lost. This is what it looks like for me, by the way, in case you were wondering. I'll fight you, man. Am I becoming an adult? Alright, Jin. I didn't know Jin was in this one. That's awesome. Yo, I legit thought I had a kettle on for a second. Complicated world without an exit. Lost my way. Alright, the solos were good, but I'm loving all these vocals coming in together. I know you guys are too. Found my way. Wow. These setbacks are useful. I like how this is actually a very optimistic song about life. I like this. It's difficult knowing if this is the right road. Isn't that the truth? Ooh. I'll just trust in my path. That's all you can do, right? Empty hope, goodbye now. I'll walk with my own feet. I wish I could see them singing right now. I feel like I can hear like the emotion that they would be showing in their face. I'm just trusting my path. Yo, I think it's interesting though, because all the other songs, they had some optimistic sides to them, sure, but for the most part, they were a little dark. I mean, were they not? Found My Way. And those are different vocals coming in. Found My Way. Okay, I have to say this. This is the first thing that popped into my mind when I'm listening to this for the first time, is the other song sounded a little darker, a little bit more pessimistic or realistic. You know, pessimist, realist, kind of over in that field. I felt like this was the first time I heard a truly optimistic view on these deep topics. And it kind of makes sense because this hits what the song where the solos have ended. And they're going into working together. The strong vocalists in BTS are all coming together and they're working together. And I feel like that's the important part, you know, because, you know, even though they had very pessimistic solos sometimes, they did say, you know, at least we have each other. You know, they were hinting towards the fact that they still have each other to fall back on. They have each other to rely on. They can lean on each other when they need to. They work as a group, and they can individually freak out, but the group comes together and they figure it out like the family that they are, you know, family of brothers. And I love that when they start getting together and singing, you know, and doing multiple people in the same song, you start getting more pessimistics leaving and more optimistics coming in. And I really, really like that. And it's the first thing I thought of. And I think that might be what they were trying to go for a little bit. But, I mean, this is like literally the most like, I don't know, the most relevant topic to us growing up. I mean, I'm still growing, everyone's still growing up. Be 80 years old and still growing up. My grandpa actually just turned 80. And so like, I'm thinking, if you're trying to figure out life and trying to adult properly, you gotta figure out what path you're gonna take, right? I mean, you can't just be indecisive forever. You can't let, you know, your parents or your mom make all your decisions for you. Your dad like just say, this is like what you're gonna do, and this is the school you're gonna go to, and the degree you're gonna get, and the job you're gonna get. Eventually, you gotta make that decision for yourself, because if you don't, you're gonna be left unhappy, and you're gonna be left wandering. And that's kind of what they were saying here. And one other thing I really, really wanted to pick up on in the lyrics here and stress on that really spoke to me was that it's okay to make mistakes. You know, I feel like they were really hard on themselves in these past few songs. They were really hard on themselves. Probably BTS members are probably harder on themselves than we are to ourselves, because they're held to an unrealistic standard of perfection that you and I don't have to deal with. You know, even me, you know, like if I were to do something stupid, you know, like I could get away with that more because I'm no one. You know, I'm just like, I'm nobody. Like I disappear off the face of the earth tomorrow. But them, like there would be an international public outcry if like, you know, Jimin or J-Hope, they just like disappear tomorrow and no one can find them. You know, like it's a big deal. I'm not saying that I don't matter and they matter more. All I'm saying is that the public knows about them. So many people know about them. They're so famous to the point where they're held to a standard that isn't realistic. So that's gonna reflect on themselves, and they're gonna end up trying to be perfectionists and try to reach a standard like that, and they're gonna be aiming for a goal that's just gonna leave them a little empty, leave them feeling like they're always falling short, you know? And it just sucks. It sucks. And here they're saying together, you can lose your way, and that's okay. Lose your way, make mistakes, because everyone will, but learn from your mistakes. And that's my big thing. That's definitely my big thing. If you can make mistakes and learn from them, you're fine. You can fail your way to success as long as you're learning from your mistakes. I definitely relate with that. I have two older brothers. You know, I was the youngest brother. So I constantly got perfect examples growing up of what not to do. Every day, especially because, like, you know, they always were, you know, out doing the crazy things, and then I could see my dad, like, you know, you shouldn't have done that, you're grounded, you know, you're getting this thing taken away, or you're punished in this way, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm not going to do that. So I learned a lot from observation, but hey, you know, they eventually moved out of the house, you know, around the time of, like, high school, so had to do high school kind of alone, and then college definitely 100% alone. I didn't have anyone to watch and be like, all right, I'm not going to make that mistake. I had to make a lot of mistakes on my own. But, one thing I've always tried to do is hold myself to a standard of, when you make a mistake, never make the same mistake twice. And as long as you can do that, I think you're bueno. I think you're fine. I think you can make it in life. That's my personal opinion. Anyway. But yeah, that's what I got from the song. Really good song. Phenomenal. So much more complex. It will make sense, right? More people involved, more complexity. I feel like there are times, isn't it emotional though? I feel like there are times when you don't want something super complicated. You want something super simple. I'll give you an example. When I'm listening to music, and I don't really listen to a lot of music because I have a very small capacity for music. These reactions kind of fill like my stomach of music for the day. I don't really listen to a whole lot of music outside of reactions, but when I do, it's based on my mood. And when I'm back in college, when I was studying, I couldn't listen to songs with words because I'm super ADD, so I would just start focusing on the lyrics and I would stop studying. I would listen to classical if I wanted to study because it's just strings. It's really, really easy to multitask and not get distracted by that. But with this, man, this you're in the mood for something special. I like this. This was a performance and a half. I absolutely love this. Well, a lot of people are saying their ages in the group chat right now in the live chat stream. There's other people right now that are even saying they listen to classical music as well when they study. This is cool. I like this. Like normally, if I'm just like filming in front of you guys, doing a normal reaction, I only get to see like the comments later after it's published. But this is pretty cool. I like this. You're all saying your ages. I was born in 92. I'm a 92er. I'm born June 30th, 1992. So I'm 24. We got people up. Someone else was born in 92. Represent. I like that. Anyway, I love this song. I think this is just getting better. Every single song, it's just ramping up. And not because one's better than the other, but they're consistently being unique. They're consistently breaking expectations and just surpassing them. I don't know how they do it. Don't ask me. Like, that's not something I'm an expert at. All I know is that BTS works really, really hard, and they make great music. And to me, that's the main goal for any group. So they nail it every time. Like, I'm very multi-fandom. I know I love a lot of different groups out there, which is why it bugs me when BTS gets hate, because you can't say that they're not talented. You can't say that they're not very, very good musicians and very good performers and great singers. You can't say that. But I feel like, I made a tweet about this earlier, but I feel like hate is much more often a measure of jealousy than a measure of quality. But that's just the way it is. I feel like the best offense against hate is love. As cliche as it sounds, it's hard to hate someone that's just loving all the time, being self-sacrificial and just, going out of their way to help people and just say good things. If you're just loving all the time, boy, it's hard to hate someone like that. So I think that's the best thing to do, and there are times, like I'll even admit, in one of my BTS short film reactions, someone in the comments said, oh, these, like, BTS sucks, like, BTS is just copying off EXO with the path codes or whatnot, and I got upset. I got really upset. I was like, how can they say that? And I just, like, legitimately got angry, and I typed back and I said, like, path codes were 50 shades of garbage compared to this. And I said that not because the path codes were garbage, but because I felt like the path codes didn't live up to what they were trying to say. They were leading you up to all of this hype, and I felt like it kind of died at the end, and Call Me Baby didn't fulfill any of that. But I said it in anger. I did, and I regret commenting that back. Eventually it went on Twitter and it blew up and became this huge thing. But what I should have done was ignore it or respond in love and say, you know what, EXO is amazing. I love EXO, and I also love BTS. Maybe maybe Big Hit was using one of these marketing strategies that EXO used, but they're both great groups, and I love them both. A comment like that, how can you hate? How can you hate? So that's probably what that's what I'll do in the future. I try to check myself. I make mistakes so often, guys. I make so many mistakes. I don't talk about them all with you guys because I don't want you to hate me. But I feel like if you make a mistake, You know, even if you're not being real with anyone else, try to be real with yourself and actually change a little bit, even a little. Any type of progress is progress. That's what I say. Oh wow, the cipher's next? Oh, I'm so hyped. Okay, all right, let's stop this reaction then. Let's stop this first listen. I'm psyched. I'm so psyched for the cipher. That's been my oh my goodness. Okay, I can't even speak right now. That's been my favorite, most anticipated track on the whole thing. I mean, the ciphers. I mean, come on, the ciphers. Ugh. I'll give you guys a little hint because you guys are live streaming and we're close. I'll tell you something that you guys don't know yet. So I'm doing a collab with a bunch of other K-pop reactors, and we're still talking about it. We're still trying to figure it out. For a rap collab, we're gonna take an existing rap song, like any of the ciphers, get the instrumental version of it, and then overlay our own custom raps to it. So we're really hyped about it. If we can find like an instrumental for Cypher 4 and it ends up like working out, we'll probably end up using Cypher 4. But there's some other beats we've been looking at, and I know you can kind of wait a while, and sometimes the instrumental doesn't even come out for songs for a long time. So anyway, we're doing rap collab. I'll tell you some of the people that are in it, but I won't tell you everyone. AKB4R is in it, Akbar. We got Chance MPOD is also in it, and Samuel Buss. I'll tell you those people. There are other people involved, but you guys are going to have to wait for that. You guys are going to have to wait. I'm so excited. I've never done anything like that. I've never done like a rap collab. And anyway, I gotta stop myself. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for joining this live stream and being a part of all of this awesomeness. I love watching these with you guys. I love reading your comments and getting awesome feedback, and you guys are telling me things that I missed and things that I'd never see and asking questions, you know, sparking genuine inception inside of my brain. It's awesome. I love it. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in Cypher Part 4. Peace. Now I gotta stop the stream somehow.